What's going on, everyone? This is another episode of Nerdtooine and Movie Podcast. Thank you so much for joining me. It's going to be an interesting show. I'm going to start off on going a little rant about the strike. I have been very absent from social media in regards to the actors and the writers' strike, and there's a reason for that. I thought I didn't know where I stood. I stand firmly 100% with the actors and the writers, and I will get to the reason why in a minute here. But I as someone who's not in the field, and I mean, I did reviews and stuff, but that's more like my nerd stuff than actually being like a film critic. So, I kind of tried to stay out of it because it just wasn't my fight. I didn't want to come off as disingenuous as just to support because everyone's supporting. So I took some time to think about it, and I decided that I'm gonna speak up. There's some things that have happened recently that it just makes me sick to my stomach. And like I said, we'll get to that in a little bit. But again, if you have any questions or anything that you want to know about the strike, go to the SAG-AFTRA actual website. That's where you get the best information. Don't listen to this TikTok or that TikTok and let them tell you what. Just don't. It's just not a good idea. So what I would say is, for me, I'm not doing any content that has any type of connection to any struck company. So that will mean like any movies, TV shows. It doesn't matter. I'm not gonna do it. Which really sucks because I have a friend who was just in a TV show recently, and I was so happy to see him on screen, and I literally freaked out. Like I recorded my reaction and everything, and I'm gonna post it once the strike is over. Because I just have to. And that's the thing. That's why, you can't have the AI and all of that replace background actors and actors that are only on set or only in for one scene. Like, he was in one episode, and he's going to get jack shit when it comes to royalties and everything like that. I mean, that's just how it works, So I think that when you talk about using AI to replace the background actors so that they can be on set for one day and then the studios can use their likeness in perpetuity for the rest of time, it's absolutely disgusting. And they truly thought that was like the greatest thing that they've ever said. And I'm here to tell you, you're absolutely fucking out of your mind if you think that's fair. It's not. And I've seen one of the biggest discourses I've seen about this whole strike is, oh, it's millionaires just trying to get richer. Yeah, that's not the case. Yes, there are a select few actors and actresses and writers that are very wealthy because of the what they've done over their career. But that's like the top 10%, and I'm being generous at 10. So when you think about the actors who this really helps and affects is the ones who are in the background, the ones that are not a series regular. Even the series regulars aren't getting paid what they should be, especially when it comes to residuals now, because the last time all of this was negotiated, there was no such thing as streaming services. So these companies decided to build this new engine and then not give any of the profits basically to the people that created it. And I'm sorry, that's just wrong in every way. And if you can't see that, then I'm sorry for you. You must have a lot of great things going in your life and not have to worry about having multiple jobs. And if that's your case, more power to you. You didn't do anything wrong by doing that and succeeding that in your life. That's not your fault. But to look down on these actors and actresses who are trying to like feed their family and just don't seem to care because there are some that are multimillionaires. I mean, that's a little crazy if you think about it. But the biggest thing about the AI situation is what's scaring me the most, because these companies are all seeing the strike And instead of trying to negotiate with the actors and the writers and, have good faith negotiations and not turn down the dumbest things I ever, like, the people who run the companies who are taking all these money, they literally said, no, we're not going to pay penalties for paying you late, even though we admit that we will be paying you late. Like the audacity, penalties for not having lunch. What? So a company can break labor laws because you don't care and you want to keep every penny for yourselves? It's just absolutely disgusting. And recently, the thing that really jump-started me into making this video at all was the fact that these companies are now marketing and trying to hire AI firms and people who do AI for unbelievable amounts of money. Like Netflix, the job is $900,000 a year. Put that into perspective. Almost $1 million. $900,000 a year. So they don't have to pay the writers and actors. And in the same breath, they are trying to get influencers, movie influencers who are on these different social media platforms to come to their events and promote their stuff, and they're willing to pay them $4,000 a week. You're shelling out this money to the wrong fucking people. Like, I just don't understand, and this is possibly because I'm not a rich CEO running the show, but I don't understand how you can look at this and be like, instead of paying the actors, you know what we're going to do? How about we give almost $1 million to an AI firm? Literally, these people who are running these companies, who honestly, their jobs are more replaceable with AI than freaking the writers and the actors. I mean, all they do is green light projects. That doesn't seem too hard, really. Granted, that's an oversimplification. I'm very much aware of that. I'm not freaking an idiot. But, really, without the writers, without the actors, all the stuff that we love is nothing. Like, you do realize that, the reason why these shows and these movies are so loved is not because the CEO greenlit it. It's because the actors did a great job in the film. The writers did a great job in the film. It's not like, I don't understand how you can think that you should be able to own a person's likeness till the end of time and just let AI put them in the background of things. A person's likeness, you think you own that? And don't ever have to pay them again after that? And again, I know I'm not a CEO running companies, and I don't know things. I'm okay understanding that I may not have all the answers. That's a thing that a lot more people in this world could stand to do. I'm just saying. But it seems pretty cut and dry to me that these CEOs want to keep all the money for themselves, and the actors and writers they believe are replaceable. Well, one thing I don't think the CEOs understand is this is going to decide the fate of a lot of things. This AI debate is not over when this strike ends, no matter what the terms are. Okay? Got to remember that. This is going to be used, down the line, Walmarts and the big corporations that like if anything are going to look at this and go, well, hey, they got AI. AI made their profits go up. We'll take AI and we'll let off half our workforce. We don't need them anymore. This is the slippery slope that we are on right now. And I don't think it's that hard to ask to, stop. I mean, I understand from the ivory towers that these CEOs sit in, it may not affect them. And, a lot of them are a little getting up there in age, so it won't affect them much longer anyways. But the future of entertainment, the soul of future entertainment is being fought for right now. And what side you're on is going to be very telling. And whether you have to backpedal, make apology videos, or whatever the case may be, no matter what the truth is, I say this all the time, no matter what the truth is, the optics are really all that matters. It's not how you meant it, it's how it was perceived. It does not matter what you thought. Once you become an entity on here, like, I could get destroyed for people for saying this. Like, I mean, who knows? I mean, I'm willing to stand by my words. I don't have to make apology videos unless I like mistake a fact. Which, I mean, that does happen. I will admit that I've made mistakes. Now, next episode, hey, by the way, it's not this, it's that. And that's another thing that a lot of people need to start being okay with doing. It's okay to be wrong. It's not okay to double down on your wrongness. I know that's not a word. I'm okay with that. Maybe I just made it a word. But it's not. But it is okay to say, man, I'm sorry. You're right. You're right. That's not like. Again, I don't think that's too much to ask. Like, if you're wrong, admit it and learn from it. Like, that's the one thing about these communities that has been so great, is that it's been so much of getting these like-minded people together and talking about great things and learning from one another. Like, I am very proud to be a member of the Nerd Initiative, and they have fostered this community of just great people who aren't like. So the whole motto is create without fear. And it's a safe place where you're not going to get attacked for your opinions. It's an open, smart, and you can have disagreements, you can have discussions, but it's all comes from the same place of mutual respect. You don't have to agree with every opinion of every person you're aligned with. That honestly is probably a good thing, because if you agree with if everyone agrees all the time, it's more of a think tank than anything else, I would think. I mean, disagreements are what pushes the envelope. It's what allows us to learn, grow, and be better moving forward. So, I mean, I have no problem being wrong. I have no problem listening to someone's opinion and understanding where they come from and moving forward. That's another thing. Like, the CEOs of these companies, they can't do that. They just see what they want and they are just going to run with it. Like, quote, literally, one of them literally said, "We will let this go on until people are losing their houses and their mortgages." They don't care. And like I said, the soul of the future of entertainment is being fought for right now. And I choose to be on the side of the actors and the writers who are 100% in their right to get what's owed to them, their cut of what they've created. These CEOs are worth millions and millions of dollars because of the properties that these artists, these writers and creators have made for them. Not their ingenuity, not their brilliance. Without the actors and the writers, they ain't got shit. And I think a lot more people could do well by realizing that they're not always right. I was speaking to a lot of people, some people in their initiative about this recently. I was very humbled over the last year. I thought I was hot shit a few years ago. Like, I bursted onto the scene, got thousands of followers almost immediately, and then got endorsements, got paid sponsorship, this, that, and the other. I thought I was hot shit. You couldn't tell me nothing. Well, this past year humbled me quite a bit. Those endorsements ran up, were not renegotiated. Basically everything that I was in my head going, I've made it because of this, just evaporated. And I didn't see it coming. And it all just happened all at once. I had literally a series of months where I lost this, I lost that, I lost this, I lost that, and I'm just like, whoa. And I all through this time, I've been trying to write this comic book, and at a couple years ago, I was certain that I'd be done with the I'd have the first issue, I'd be 5 issues in by this time, and I'm honestly almost finalizing the ash can as we speak. Hopefully I'm locking down the letterer soon and we can finish this ash can and, get it pushed out. But again, I couldn't be told anything. You couldn't tell me I was wrong. I would find 8 million facts and find a way to manipulate them to cater to my argument and ignore anyone else's. It was bad. And now I see, again, I look at it and go, wow, okay, I don't know everything. And that's okay. It's okay. You don't have to know everything. But then back to this is why I need to keep writing scripts. I've been doing a lot of these last couple episodes just off the top of my head. Back to the strike. I hope that once it is, there are some agreements and the CEOs decide to, have some semblance of humanity, and fix this situation, so we can get back to, talking about the things that we love. I hope the actors and the writers get what they deserve. They definitely deserve a bigger cut because, like I said, without them, nothing can be done. And if the CEOs and the company's solutions are to just do it all with AI, the entertainment industry will die. It will die. And I think the CEOs just think that we'll just, we'll be all right with them doing AI for actors and background and writing, and just think about how much backlash Marvel and Disney got for having their intro use AI in a show about shapeshifters. Okay? Just take that into consideration just a little bit when you think about moving forward with just AI. You guys might have all the power and all the money right now, but the consumer will have the final say. Because what's going to happen when we all start canceling our subscription services because you don't have any new content and you're putting out all these reality TV shows like you did when the strike happened last? What's going to happen then? What's going to happen when the next movie flops? Barbie and Oppenheimer did very well. Oh shit, I shouldn't have even said that. But since I have, that's a good thing because it was made before the strike. It's out. Good. The actors and writers have not asked to boycott any films, or get rid of your services or anything like that. So there's nothing wrong with going to see the movie. I just won't promote them anyway. And like I said, I shouldn't even have said it right there. I slipped up by just saying their names. But it's a very, like I said earlier, it's a very slippery slope. And I hope that when this all resolves, we all can look and be happy with the result, because I said the future's looking scary if these CEOs get their way. And that's the last thing we need. Excuse me. Like, if they get their way, we're doomed. Like I said, the companies are watching very, very closely, because if these CEOs get their way, AI is going to take over. I mean, let's just go ahead and have Judgment Day, all right? I feel like we're in the pre-Skynet era right now, when John Connor is out there somewhere trying to stop it. At least that's what I hope. But yeah, and like I said, I stand with the writers and the actors, and I won't be doing any movie or TV show content moving forward until this all wraps up. And I would implore everyone to do the same. Again, that's just me talking. I'm not in the guild. I'm not any of the, I'm a bystander. I just like watching stuff, so that's as just someone who loves movies and TV shows. I think the best thing we can do is not, promote anything that is from a struck company at this point. There's a lot of different options. I mean, there's gaming, there's anime, there's a lot of things that are still open. Books, comic books. I mean, geez, there's so many things that you can pivot to for the time being. I know it might suck, but it ain't about us. And it's when I was talking to their initiative crew, I was saying, this whole scenario is not. It is bigger than any one of us and every one of us. This is something that. This is a generational thing, and I hope that we can survive it. But that's my rant on on the state of the entertainment industry right now. But I want to wrap up the this episode with some news. Starting next week, I'm going to start live streaming pretty much every day of the week. We have a great lineup set up that will be, moving forward, it's going to be something that I'm going to strive to do every single week. So we're going to have, we're going to be on YouTube on Monday and Friday, watching Raw and SmackDown, any premium live events. I'm also going to watch those live reactions. I might also be on other platforms with that as well, such as TikTok or Twitch. That will be discussed later, but definitely on YouTube. Tuesdays, we're going to be playing video games on Twitch, sports games and other stuff, great stuff. Wednesdays, I'm going to do a TikTok live talking about prospects, baseball and NBA. I start opening up some cards. So what I want to do is highlight prospects I find in those packs. We'll do a Where Are They Now Wednesday type thing on TikTok. Then we have Thursday nights. I'm on we do a Thursday night, Thursday Mafia crew on Whatnot, where we have great sellers that just knock it out the park every single time. And then I'm going to be on this platform called Junkie on Saturdays. I'm going to do a variety show, as well as later on I will also start selling products on there as well, including my comic book and things like that. But it's going to be more of a podcast feel on Junkie for this time being. And then Sundays is when the podcast episodes drop every Sunday. At least it's supposed to be every Sunday. But I, moving forward, I am going to kind of push myself to have as big a presence as I can on all platforms that I'm on, because I'm going to be candid and a little cocky about this, but I think I'm kind of funny. And I think a lot of my theories and takes are either accurate or at least entertaining. And I think that I have been in the shadows for far too long. So we're going to see if we can kick it up the next level and, really start to make a difference. Because a lot of things I say, people need to hear. And the journey I've been on, a lot of people can learn from my mistakes and from my failures and my, my successes. And I hope that if you're here or have been here since, the beginning, I love you all more than you can realize. And moving forward, man, we're going to have some fun. I can tell you that. Next week, I am going to have a special guest on the podcast, so definitely stay tuned for that announcement coming up Monday, I believe I'm going to make the announcement, but it's going to be awesome. We're going to start having a lot more guests. We're going to do a lot more interviews. I'm lining things up out the wazoo. So just give me a follow if you like multi-fandom content, comic books, sports, wrestling, you name it, I do it. I also have exclusive comic book covers that you can get through my Whatnot and other show, and on Junkie as well. I have 2 exclusives right now. A World Tree #1, Alan Qua, limited to 333. World Tree, it's already gone to a 3rd print. James Tynion killing it again. And I also have a Good Boy Volume 3 #1, major key for that Good Boy series. I have Metal, Virgin, and Chromium Good Boys Volume 3 #1, Ivan Tao. They're all limited to under 200. There's only 60 metals and only 100 chromium. And yeah, thank you all for listening to my rant, all 25 of the people who probably see this. You all mean the world to me, and if you watch this, just comment I watched it so I know who's watching. I really appreciate every second you spend listening to me babble. Until next time, this is Nerdtooine signing off. Do me a favor, stay nerdy, my friends.